In Regarding Henry, an emotional domestic drama, Harrison Ford plays a successful New York lawyer dedicated to his distinctly unscrupulous career and neglectful of his wife, Annette Bening, and their young daughter, until he's shot when he interrupts a liquor store holdup. He suffers some brain damage, including amnesia, and when finally he returns home, behaving and sounding disconcertingly like Tom Hanks in Big, and determined to find out what kind of a person he is, or anyway used to be, he looks into his past life and doesn't like what he finds there.
Does this bother you?
No.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you never used to hold my hand.
Oh.
You didn't like showing affection in public. It bothered you.
Why?
I don't know why.
You don't know why?
No.
Me either.
What are you doing?
Come up here.
What?
Come here. I don't mind so much anymore.
First of all, what attracted you to this particular role, this particular film?
I had a real strong emotional response to the material. I identified with this guy's dilemma. I felt for his family, his kids. I thought the story had a metaphorical weight to it, as well as an interesting progress of events, you know, on the plain face of it. So it served on two levels. But if I hadn't felt emotionally moved by the material, I wouldn't have been able to give it expression.
I think at the heart of the film is about caring, how we care for each other and how we love well or fail to love well, or you know, how we are with ourselves and how catastrophes, accidents, force us to look inward at ourselves and then consequently at those just around us who are trying to help us survive.
Don't give me this now.
At the start, Harrison Ford is quite obnoxious, ruthlessly self-centered both at home and at work. But after he's shot, there's a dramatic change and a gentler, kinder Harrison Ford begins to emerge.
This is wonderful. All of us together again.
I felt that within me were both aspects of Henry, both the unfeeling, preoccupied Henry, and the Henry that results from the effects of his accident. I wouldn't have known how to describe the character. So I think both of those Henrys are inside all of us.
We were in love once, years ago, and then we weren't, not for a long time. But we're better now. Please don't walk away. Not now.
All of a sudden, there seem to be more films being made for women. I mean, The Grifters had two very good roles for women in Postcards from the Edge for women, Thelma and Louise, which is showing now. And this seems to be something new.
Hollywood, particularly, is a business. It's a big business, and what sells is what they make. If there are films with women as the main characters that sell a lot, that a lot of people go to, they will make more of them. If there aren't, they won't make as many. So the films that I think a lot of the films where the really good women's roles aren't necessarily in the real commercial markets. They're in the smaller, more independent markets. But I hope that broadens.
How you doing?
Well, these little ones are really good. But that lady over there in the gold dress thinks they're a disaster. And that other woman near the window just had her face done, not her neck, just her eyes.
Am I right in suspecting that there is a move towards making movies now that go away from the action man, the technology, the creatures from outer space, and more towards making movies about people again?
One hopes so. I mean, we did have a bad summer here last year in which a lot of big, expensive, action-oriented films didn't last very long. That's the audience saying, I've had enough of this now. You know, give me something else.
It's interesting to hear you say that because you were associated with probably, well, certainly the most successful action movies ever made, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's fair enough to say, but they had a quality of playfulness, of joy, really in the joy of movies that I think is lacking in some of these other films, which really are exercising the base emotions which you can depend on being there.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You can depend on people being willing to see highly kinetic, silly moments of twisted metal and blood and guts, or at least you could before this last summer. No, I think people are just moving away from that.